gonna find out.
I know, that's the whole point.
Oh.
But the point is for her to find out like afterwards, after you're done talking shit or whatever.
Talking mad shits.
All right, so what's the rules? Give me the rules.
There's no rules.
There's no rules. Literally, we talk about anything and everything.
You just gotta make sure you're talking into the
talking to the microphone.
That's the only rule, is that we have to be able to hear you.
And you have to keep breathing and don't die.
Oh, thanks, Tim.
I didn't realize when I was born I had to sign a contract that said
That's what the handprint is at the hospital.
Keep breathing so you don't die.
On your birth certificate,
I did not
the handprint
agree
and the
to
footprint. That's your signature as a kid.
Is it really?
So you don't die.
I think they fingerprint us as kids.
Yes.
I think I remember that.
What?
Yeah, there's a
Are we
handprint.
live?
Is that?
Are we live?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
This is just part of it.
Perfect.
This
Great.
is it.
So, for those of you that don't know, your identity has
Hey.
already been captured and recorded.
So here's Sam and Tim, and then we got Chris with us.
Yep.
Chris has been.
Am I even on?
Yeah, you're fine.
It doesn't matter. So
Thanks, Tim.
Welcome to the podcast.
Chris has been the subject of a couple conversations. He's got he's the Hood Cat owner.
Yep. Hood Cat.
Hood Cat Hoochie Mama.
TM trademark.
Yeah. So, but
Yeah, he's just joining us today for a half hour.
So where do we start, boys?
well,
We don't really. We're deep.
This is it.
We are balls deep
Yeah,
in
we're
the
like 5 minutes
conversation.
into this thing.
I'm gonna quick pull out though. Okay,
Yeah, do it.
what is the most useless vehicle on the road?
Buick Rendezvous.
What's that?
Buick Rendezvous.
Okay, I wasn't meaning like literally.
Hideous as well.
Like
and useless.
Chris,
What do you mean? Like,
Like if you see a car on the road, you're like,
what's the point of that?
yeah, like why?
There's like three that I hit the top of my head. Ron, one is the little Yaris. You ever seen those little?
Yes.
they're-
Okay, that
they're-
one's useless.
It's a compact
Yes.
car, right? It's a liability driving in it.
It sits
It
5
is-
people uncomfortably.
It's so compact that
That's what it says
that
in
when
the
it gets
commercial.
hit, it doesn't actually get any smaller.
It's 5 people uncomfortable.
If you like to,
And 100 clowns.
yeah, 100 clowns. But it's like if you like to have 5 people in your car and everybody's nut to butt, then this is the car for you.
I think we expand on this conversation because I think the Yaris.
The Yaris-
That's how I feel. I don't like that car.
I think
What
it's a
about you?
dumbass name. I think it's a stupid
Okay.
name.
I'm just gonna throw this out there. The other day I saw a limousine.
Oh yeah,
Limousines are possibly the most useless
yeah,
car.
those are dumb. Those have been
the
those
road.
have been phased out, kind of by the party bus, right?
Yeah.
You seen the party buses?
So,
You know what
but
I'm talking
like, who was the first person who thought that a
limo?
really long car
It's super awesome.
was cool?
Probably somebody named Limo.
Was it somebody with like
his name was
with
Limousine.
long legs?
So-
No, his last name was Limousine.
So I mean, just for fun humor, I googled like most disliked cars, and the Chevrolet Chevette popped up.
Fucking Chevette.
I don't know.
Fucking Pentos. Yeah, Gremlins. All that.
So, but those aren't annoying
older.
cars. Those are like
and those are also older cars. They don't exist.
they're not really
anymore.
on the roads.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm talking about like you're driving home.
You're driving home, you see one, and you're just like
Ugh.
instantly mad. Like this pisses you off. That's the Buick Rendezvous for me. It's like, it's like a dog with its ass in the air, and just balls hanging out the bottom, and you're just like, why? Why the fuck did they design this
That's a
piece of
pretty-
shit?
Yeah, that's a pretty bad one.
Yeah.
For me, limousines. If I see a limousine,
if you see a
it's
limo,
like-
you're like, you pretentious fucks.
But I'm not even like that. Like unless it's brand new, it looks bad.
Oh, I saw a limo
'Cause
for sale,
No
right?
fucking person is washing that car.
I saw a white limo for sale, and it was like $2,500, and I'm like, you would have to burn that motherfucker in the back. Like, who knows what kind of debauchery got down in the back
my
of that
God,
thing?
yeah.
It's just like
Yeah.
it was like a 1980 something. So like so much jizz is in the back of that thing.
Jesus.
Like fucking gnarly.
I think of those little cube cars.
don't-
don't they call them the Kia Souls?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
they're like
Yeah.
cube
Yeah,
cars.
or the Scion XB or whatever the fuck. Yeah,
those
those
are pretty
things are
shitty,
garbage.
too.
And they always like they're. This is a no-brainer. The Prius, right? The Prius is one of those
Dude, I
cars.
saw somebody driving a Prius today, like
they're fucking
a Kia Boy.
yeah, like
Yeah.
they're like
What does that even mean? Expand.
Do you know what a
like,
Kia Boy is?
They're just like they drive like assholes.
Yeah.
yeah, they're driving like
They're like so the
as
Kia
if
Boys
they're-
got their names because there's a way to steal a Kia with a USB.
Oh my
Yeah.
Like
god.
you literally you don't need a fucking key to operate it. And so there were people stealing Kias, and then they called themselves Kia Boys because they would joyride people's Kias.
those are the guys that jump roundabouts. Like,
yeah.
I tell you, I went to Lakefront Brewery about like a year ago, and I went in there, and they walk up and they say, "There's this lady that's specifically in the line," and she says, "Hey, does anyone own a Hyundai Sonata or a Camry?" And she just kept asking this repetitively as the line continued to move. She just kept asking the same question.
Okay.
And so we get up to the front, and I'm with a lady, and she goes, "I have a Hyundai Sonata." And the lady goes, "Can you please step to the side? I need your driver's license." And so she's like, "Why?" And so she hands her driver's license, and she hands her one of those like tire locks.
Yeah, that's why.
And so we had to go out.
You had to
in
go
front
out.
of
You had
the
to leave.
brewery.
You had to leave the line and go put a fucking wheel lock on the car.
And we lost our spot in line.
That's fucking
That's
bullshit.
fucking bullshit.
Yeah, that is bullshit. You should have got your line back, your line spot, anyways, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
How do you properly handle that? Do you let's say
I'd be like,
your
no.
spouse gets pulled, okay? I think the appropriate way to handle it, especially when you're up front, is you step off to the side.
Yep.
You let your wife go deal with putting a tire lock on the
That's
on the car.
that's gonna be a long
Or
day.
vi-
And
vice
then
versa.
when she returns, you
Right.
get your place back in line at the front.
Right.
Right where you left
or,
off.
Or you go do it because that'd be the chivalrous thing to do instead of making the lady go do it.
Listen,
Sam.
it's her car.
The chivalrous thing, Tim.
I'm just saying, like,
advice from
maybe
Tim.
she doesn't fucking like. Maybe she just like puts it next to the wheel. Like she doesn't even know how to do it.
Oh, great. What does it matter to me? It's her car.
I think it was a tire. And I
You
don't think
gotta,
it was.
you gotta get a ride home. You're now you're looking at an Uber to get home because she got her shit stolen.
Because somebody Kia boyed it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause somebody Kia boy got it.
Well, they were saying that the key fobs like unlock.
Everything.
They're like universal key fobs. So anyone
I
that
don't
has
know
one,
about that.
that's
but
what I had heard. But that could be a rumor from the
One key
grapevine.
fob to rule them all.
one key fob to ruin 'em.
One-
There's
Oh,
you gotta go to Mordor and fucking
Yeah.
chuck it off and it's like
Throw the key fob into the fire, and you're like, "There's access to every car."
all the Kia boys just instantly go up in flames. And like,
yeah.
Think about how many of those fobs are made. Like,
the Kia towers start crumbling.
think about how many of those fobs are made. You just solved 0.001% of the problem.
How many you'd be up there for hours throwing key fobs into the fires of Mordor.
and they'd probably get spit back out. They're like, nope,
Yeah.
knock off. You're like, son of a bitch. These aren't even real key fobs.
These
Yikes!
are just USB
These are
ports.
just fucking quarters.
Yikes! Yikes!
Oh,
So, anyways, I think that I take issue with like certain RVs too. Like I own an RV,
large RVs, yeah.
but
Seem
like,
kinda useless.
but like I'm talking about the kind that you drive. It's an RV that you drive, or U-Haul trucks. I saw a dude in U-Haul truck.
U-Hauls
So here's
are
the thing.
usually underqualified drivers.
Exactly, that's the
driving
thing. That's my
vehicles that are too large.
that's my point. Like I saw one the other day. It was windy. Dude's in the left lane, rumble strips all the way for like fucking 3 miles. And the
Yeah.
guy, I could see him like counter steering because the wind's blowing so hard, and he's like fucking.
I have a good one. Okay, so I drove. I worked in news, right? And we had to go do news stories.
Mhm.
And you've seen like the news trucks with the posts that go straight
Yeah,
up.
the giant boner.
So you're giving like a day.
And when
explanation.
the news is about to happen, the boner comes up.
Yes.
Nice and slow.
It
Yeah.
extends
fully
further.
erect. And then the little tip, the head points to where it wants to go. I had to drive one of those, and the
With
way
the-
I've the
with
way
the
I've
thing up?
No, you're not
Oh,
not
like
supposed
a-
to drive that.
Like a submarine and a
Yes.
periscope.
Oh my god! Nice.
But the way I've just described driving it is because it's absolutely true. Is the tires are pumped up to like 95
Yeah,
psi
yeah.
because the truck's like
Overweight.
overweight,
Yeah.
grossly overweight.
Yeah, should not be on the road.
Okay, but you're still doing full highway speeds.
Yeah.
It's
You're
like
sending it.
so. Imagine you've got a bathtub. Okay, it's filled to the brim with water.
Okay.
Okay, so it's like, and now
Is it filled to the brim before or after you get in? Are you
Uh,
getting in the bathtub at all? And is it warm?
Yes.
Or is it cold water?
it's
Are we
co-
doing
it is fucking cold ass
cold ass water and it's not
And
full when it's not full when you get
pouring
in.
over the edges.
So
when
it's,
you,
but when you get in, it's going to displace a bunch
So-
of water.
Right.
but it doesn't have four wheels. It has two down the middle. So when you steer, you're like,
Oh.
it's fucking spilling.
It's a
like-
motorcycle on a bathtub motorcycle.
but it like tips like left to
it's a,
right.
it's
You-
a bat cycle.
You turn, and a couple seconds later, the vehicle like leans the opposite direction. And
Oh, because of the counter, like the shocks and
because
everything.
it's
Yeah.
so fucking like it's so heavy. It was.
I drove a car like that in high
I
school.
white knuckled one down to Oshkosh one time because we needed a live shot out of Oshkosh for some weather shit, and it was so windy that I choked that steering wheel
Yeah.
to death. Like the gloves fit in that scenario.
Wow.
So let's go back to the why. So just driving home, you see RVs, and you're like, "Oh, that one's acceptable. That one's okay. That one's pulling a Jeep, not bad.
I don't
that
mind.
one's a piece of
like,
shit."
So yeah, I don't mind like
Is it a
smaller.
Winnebago?
Yeah, I don't mind a smaller trailer getting pulled by an SUV, but you see like these SUVs pulling like a mega trailer that's like not even
Yes.
like you could see that thing's fucking
Yep.
struggle busting hard, and you're like, what the fuck is going through your head?
So
when
no
you start-
glamping. No glamping.
Glamping is I glamp. I got a
What's
glamper or whatever.
Do you
like,
really?
Yeah, dude. But
What
like
do you pull it behind?
with my wife's truck.
Okay.
Like a fucking truck, not a fucking SUV, not a fucking Kia Sorento, and you're like fucking pulling a fucking 80-foot fucking trailer. The front of the fucking vehicle's barely on the ground because it's grossly overweight in the back.
You're doing that monster truck. You're full squatting.
Yeah, full squat. And
Carolina squat,
Yeah,
yes.
Carolina squat, but not on the good way.
Yeah,
and
not
then,
intentionally.
Yeah, this is just because shit's fucked up, and then it gets a little bit of a sway. Because of wind,
Yep.
or like,
Yep.
or maybe it's underqualified driver, obviously.
Yes, because you're driving
Obviously.
a Kia Sorento.
Right,
Yeah.
pulling a
Kia
fucking
boys.
Kia Boys. Yeah, they're the hot topic today. Not a fan.
What
But-
else? What else is on your mind, Tim?
Oh my god.
Let's hear it.
Well, I got a new belt, and so
You've
the
only
problem
been rocking one belt.
I've had one belt for quite a while,
Does
and
it
it's like
flip?
it doesn't. No, I
No,
don't
the
have a
flip
flip.
ones
the-
are useless.
Yeah, the flipper ones break. The one I have
And
now.
even if you never flip it, you can tighten it all the way, and there's always
also,
a
like,
little tiny gap that
yeah.
pinches my fucking stomach.
Yeah, and also, what kind of wardrobe are you having where you can't decide black or brown? Like that's like I feel like black should just be black.
I don't think I've ever seen you wear a shirt other than black. Like
I
actually,
have,
when I
have,
zoom out,
yeah, I have other colors.
do you?
Gray.
Yeah, I would like to know. We're gonna start cataloging the days you wear.
If
something
anyone's
else.
wondering, there's
Oh!
no cool logos on any of these. They're
I
just
remember-
plain black
they're
t-shirts.
plain.
Oh, it
Tim
just
is
it
the-
just fucking
Tim is
hit
the
me.
Steve Jobs of Viper.
Fruit of the
fucking-
Loom, Haynes.
just
He's
fuck-
your
no.
man.
Just fucking hit me. So yesterday I take my daughter and my son to the dentist, right?
Yeah.
And while we're in the dentist, my son's back there still. My daughter's out front, and she's wearing a Corvette like graphic tee that we got at like Kohl's or something, and like some sweats. And now I don't know if you know this, but Birkenstocks with fucking socks is a thing. That's like kids are doing it,
yes,
right?
Yes, professors do that at my college.
Okay, fucking nerds. Anyways, she's got this.
Stay out of this
She
conversation.
says, "This is my fit." What do you think of my fit, Dad? I'm like, "What do you mean you fucking fit?" She's like, "My fit," and I'm like, "It fits you fine, I guess." She's like, "No, my fit." I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" She's like, "My outfit." I'm like, "Why can't you just say out?" What's the problem? We've gone further in the conversation with the timing of saying out. Instead of just saying out, you said fit. Anyways, here comes another girl walking up, right? Younger
Yeah.
girl, about her age. My daughter's 12.
Same outfit.
Almost
sorry.
fucking like a fucking clone.
Same fit.
Same fit.
Okay.
And I'm like, look at that shit. And she's like, what? And I'm like, fucking Nike socks, Birkenstocks. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? She's like, that's
Dude, that
part
was
of
a
the
fucking bar. Can I give you a beat?
That's funny you say that because I was just talking to somebody the other day. And I
Nike
said
socks and
"Pe-
Birkenstocks."
people can't ask questions anymore. They go, "Hey, you trying to help me with this?" And you're like, "Are you a what? Are you
You're
asking?
asking?
Are you asking me for help? Are you asking me if I'm trying to help you out with this? Like, or can you ask right?"
Do you think we'll ever get to a place in society where the word, like, we've abbreviated everything down to the point where lunch is like
Lou,
food time eat?
food time eat.
Bet.
I mean,
Yes.
if it's reducing the amount of
And
time
then
I
it
have
gets
to,
reduced from bet down to like
Bet.
B.
not even that, just get back to grunting. Yeah.
Yeah, we've worked our way back to cavemen.
Well, I mean, there's the fun one. Snack is a new one.
Snack. Yeah.
That's
a new
an
one.
old one.
You think so?
Yeah, when people go like, "Oh, you're a snack," like, you can't say that anymore because
Can't
that's.
say somebody's
Is
a
it really?
snack.
Yeah.
That's on the shit list.
I mean, that would. I mean, unless it's like a spouse or something, like you're essentially saying that, like.
You want to get down with that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That stretched pretty far, pretty
I
fast.
don't.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I'm talking to my daughter about her fit,
Yeah.
and I find out that that her fit is called
There's names for it.
yeah, basic white girl fit.
Oh,
Like not
nice.
even fucking shitting you. That's what it's called. And I'm like, so
She's rocking
it's like
that.
it's almost like an emoji type of thing, or like what is that? The characters like on the games where you can like you have them.
Avatar.
Yeah, it's like an avatar.
Yeah.
It's an avatar. So like basically, if you typed in, basic white girl fit, this is the look that's gonna pop up. And I'm like,
Dude, what about? Can you imagine the algorithm? Like basic ebony
Yeah.
fit. Like,
Yeah.
it just puts together.
yeah, no, it's like that's what I'm saying. Like it's so
God.
fucking stupid. And And she's always, and then I'll be like, "You're acting sus." And she's like, "Dad, you can't say that. That's 2020." And I'm like, "What the fuck, dude? People say rad. That's in the fucking 80s. Like that's
Yeah.
30 years old.
Yeah.
Fucking get over it.
I liked the era when people said lit.
Lit.
Yo, hey, that's
Fucking
fire.
lit. That's
Oh,
fire.
No, the new,
Yeah.
the new one's gas.
That was like,
Gas.
Yeah, it's gas.
That-
Well, see,
so
now
just
we're
move-
taking
They're
a
just
s-
moving up
So
the.
then we're
the-
going
the-
backwards.
we're taking a step
We
back.
went from lit and now it's gas.
It's gas, and then it'll be like homogenization. Or
yeah,
whatever the fuck.
dude, that's decomposed plants, bro.
That's fucking dinosaur. That's dino.
Fossil fuels, boys.
That's fossil, bro.
Yeah, that's
Oh my
fucking-
God, we're going back.
No, you should stop.
No.
That actually has a ring to it.
That's fossil,
Dude.
Yeah, you're fossil right now. Like,
That's good as fuck. That's like, Tim, knock it
go
off.
ahead.
Stop being
go,
a fossil.
You go workshop that. And let me know how it goes because I don't think it's gonna go well for you. I think it's gonna.
Like fossil, it's a great word for like old.
oh,
You're
like it's a great word for like a clothing
yeah,
brand,
like
maybe.
no,
or
like last. Dude, that's fossil.
like a fucking watch.
Dude, bring
See,
it back, bring
when
it forward.
Tim, when you go, that's sus.
Mm-hmm.
Now your daughter goes, Tim, that sounds so fossil.
She would never say Tim.
Dude, make it trendy.
Father
my
of
daughter,
mine.
my daughter calls me Tim. There's gonna be words.
That's fossil AF. That's
Fuck.
old.
See, now you threw AF in there. That's like 2018 even. You're going like backwards hard. So I don't know. I don't know how to keep up with this shit. They take out letters.
Let's
and,
just
like
make
you
up
said,
our own.
We should just start shaking our head and say, vintage.
Damn kids. Get off
Vintage
my-
is too long, dude. That's
Vince.
Vinny as
Vinny.
fuck.
Vince.
That's Vin.
That's Vent.
That's Vint as fuck. Dude, I like fossil. Fossil's got a good ring to it. Also, I got like a
This is
dinosaur fetish.
this is
so.
this is the hill you want to die on.
Yeah, this is the Elias dying on.
I'm gonna start using
And then
it
gonna
around
be
the
buried
office.
by sediment, and then
Yeah, yes. And then I'll be used as gas
He'll
one
be-
day, and
he
then
will
one day
be
I'll
the-
be lit.
He will be the crude oil.
God,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Yeah. So, anyways, my belt that I have, it squeaks because it's new. So
When you walk?
when I walk, I sound like a fucking horse.
Holy fuck!
Why
We just,
does that?
we just came so far back around. I didn't even realize we were talking
We
about
forgot
a
about
belt.
that.
Yeah, dude. So we were talking about the belt. He was talking about the flip.
Yep.
You got annoyed by the flip.
Yeah, the flip one sucked.
I don't have the flip. I have a regular old leather belt, but it's new and it's not broke in. And so when I walk, I sound like a fucking pack mule coming down the fucking hall.
Yeah.
You know. So I was like, damn, and I was like, maybe I'll just start using my old belt again. And I looked at it, and it's haggard. That belt is retiring hard. Like it's put in some.
It's a fucking fossil, man.
It's no.
Do any of you guys have any? This is just switching subjects. Do you guys have any animals in your lifetime that done weird shit?
First of all, we don't switch subjects. We just
Oh,
we
well,
just
fuck
you
me
just
then.
you just do it. You don't say I'm going
Yeah.
to switch. Like you just do it.
Speaking of old belts, let's talk about my dog.
Yeah, great.
And I beat the fuck out of that dog.
Perfect.
That's how I lost my last belt.
Last belt wasn't so good. It was one of those shitty webbed ones that fucking fell
Oh,
apart.
man.
No, animals that do weird shit.
Weird
no,
shit.
not really.
No. You
No.
have Any animals?
Porter, my parents' dog, he'll lean up against you, and then like if you're sitting on the furniture, he'll lean up against you, and then he'll just like put his ass on the furniture.
That's a domination thing.
No,
Saying,
he
yeah.
just wants to be near you.
He just wants your foot up his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wants that
like,
belt.
like he's just taking a load off, leaning against things.
Yes, which is kind of odd because I don't think I've ever seen any other dog do it like he is.
My old dog would sit on the stairs with his ass on like the top stair, but his legs on the bottom stairs.
That's pretty funny.
So he's standing up, but his ass is just on the top stairs, and he's like, I don't know, it was fucking weird. That was,
Yeah.
you know,
Now, how many dogs have you seen that are afraid of the vacuum cleaner?
Like all of them.
like
Right.
like a Roomba
pretty
or like a
normal.
regular.
Speaking of that, well, the Roomba would confuse me if I were a pet and I saw like this little mechanical robot just running around.
Doesn't
and
Lisa
then-
call you her pet?
It's getting weird. Maybe.
And you're scared of the Roomba. This is how we find out things.
It's DJ Roomba, by the way. And DJ Roomba shoots up flares daily about
Dang,
God, I bet I have a fucking message from him right now.
getting stuck.
He is like more needy. I was
This-
gonna,
you guys-
I was gonna say something very Never mind.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna finish that thought.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That's fossil of you. Did I use
Oh
it
my
right?
god.
Did I use it right?
DJ Roomba.
What are we doing?
Did he?
I don't know.
Nobody can see what you're doing. You guys are both scrolling your phones, and nobody can see what the hell you're doing.
So here's our vacuum.
You got your vacuum. You got an app with.
See, but then he sends me messages. Okay.
Oh, that he's stuck or whatever.
Oh,
How do you know it's a he?
So there's a
Did
bunch
you guys
of
name it?
There's a yes.
What's it named?
DJ Roomba.
But Roomba could be it could go either way.
He's mapped our apartment too, by the way. You want to see this? Show me my map. This is what our apartment looks like.
Oh wow! It looks like a cave system for the Taliban.
I'm not actually. This isn't
great.
actually what our.
It's selling our apartment layout to the NSA.
This is what our apartment looks like.
It's either that or it looks like.
Except maybe there's like a secret trap door over here because
it kind of reminds me of like Dig Dug. You ever play that game? The old arcade game. It looks like Dig Dug.
Maybe we should
Dig Dug was going to town, and
that would actually be kind of a fitting name.
Yeah,
Dig Dug, but
he fucking sucks.
Tim
your cat sheds so much goddamn hair.
It's called Hood Cat, by the way.
Hood Cat sheds so much goddamn hair.
She does. Like, you have to actually go and clean out halfway through.
Every single time.
And that's why he shoots flares up. He'll just, the Roomba will just die.
He bitches. He's like, I'm too full.
Every day I come home, he's in a different spot, dead. like I can go under my bed.
What a miserable
that might
exit.
be because he's running over shoes and cords. I'm just going to say, if you have children, do not buy a Roomba.
We have a Roomba. I have children.
Yeah, but your children are at least
my children are
old enough to know what it does.
And they never come upstairs. They live in the basement. I mean, I know who they are.
Why do they live
I
in
took
the
them to the
basement?
dentist yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've seen their fits.
Yeah, they.
Oh my god.
One's got a fit, and the other one just has clothes.
One's a
so
basic avatar white girl.
Basic white girl fit, and the other one is basic white boy athletic.
I can't tell you how many times I've done surgery on DJ. I've literally had to like flip him over, tits up, open him up, and there's like 6 different ways to take the DJ Roomba apart.
Mm-hmm.
And when you pull him apart, dude, the other day he ran into the doorknob. You know those little, not doorknob, but those things that go.
Yep.
He
door
ate
stopper.
it. He fucking ate the door stopper. It's on my bathroom counter. He ate it. Like I don't
he
even know.
He eats a bunch of your shit
Fucking
too.
savage.
I don't
To be
know.
fair,
He managed to eat it, and
Sounds like it needs to be decommissioned.
he doesn't eat any of my stuff.
I don't even think he holds a charge
because
anymore.
I leave my bedroom door shut because I don't want cat hair everywhere.
It's pretty.
Do you like put a towel underneath the crack of the door
No.
too to like?
No,
No.
I just I prefer.
She's
You're
actually
vigilant.
trained not to go in there. He can leave his door open for like a minute or two, and she'll walk up to the line, and she'll stand there for just long enough for you to go get away from it, and then she'll run away.
It's because I'll throw a towel at her, and then when it covers her up, she panics.
Oh.
Yeah. And
Does
then,
that happen to you as well? Like if you get a towel thrown on you, do you panic?
I heard. We're going back to horses. Fuck, how does this always happen? I've heard this, and I don't know if it's true or not. But if you lay a horse down on its side and cover its head with a towel, the horse thinks it's dead, and it just will never get up.
Until you take the towel off?
Yes.
But how do you get a horse to lay on its side?
I don't know. Make it tired. Push it over.
Well, yeah, right.
How do you get a human to lay on its side?
You can
Fucking
hand me
ask
your
it?
camera, and I'll film that.
Sounds good to me.
Can you lay down, horse? Can you just...
Oh my god, I'd pay money to watch that happen.
Yeah, I've never seen a horse lay down. Ever.
Well, I've seen horses lay down. I'm just saying, like,
See, maybe that's why they think they're dead then. I don't know if that's actually true, by the
Can you
way.
imagine if like their
You just
blood
made
pressure
that
just
up.
dropped to a point where they actually just blacked out, and then
made
you
that
put a
up.
towel
Alright,
over them,
I'll
and then
look it
you
up.
killed the horse?
Imagine if we were that dumb. If you, like, got stuck under your blanket.
speak for yourself.
Speaking
That's
of
me on
stupid
Saturday
animals-
morning. I'm like, well, can't get out of here. Might as well stay here all day. Fuck it.
Well, apparently turkeys drown themselves in the rain. They stick their heads up, they go to drink, but they don't know how to swallow, and they just pass out.
See, that's what I'm saying. Horse blanket laying down.
Yeah, horse blanket is probably gonna bring.
Here's
up
a
some-
horse sitting like your dog.
Yeah, there you go. That's it right there. That's a horse sitting on a bench.
How
That's
do
a-
we always end up at horses?
I don't know. That's a horse apiece.
But I thought they were jackasses.
We're the jackasses, and
Yeah.
we're envious of the horse. I think is the appropriate analogy in this situation. I don't know. I think that the affinity for horses stems from thousands of years of riding them as humans.
Yeah.
So
I'm just naturally
you're
drawn
drawn
to
in
conversations.
drawn.
I'm drawn to conversations about horses.
Have you ever learned about like the horse breeding? Like, it's like a lucrative business. Like,
Yeah.
for like prestige purebred horses. It's
Not me. I don't want to. I want trail. I want the trail horse that's fucking give up on life. That's the one I want.
The one who's gonna walk you off the edge.
Yeah.
He's
go.
lost all depth perception.
Let's go. Yeah, let's go, buddy. Yeah, he's blind in one eye. Fucking.
Ever seen that show, Reservation Dogs?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god,
it good?
It's so
Yeah.
freaking funny. There's a shot of him with a horse.
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know, like like the whole thing with the ponies, right? There's this whole cliche about little girls wanting a pony.
Yeah.
You know? I don't get it. Don't
Did your daughter ever want one?
like I kind of want a pony. But
You do?
I don't I don't fucking
Why?
well, don't tell anybody.
He's breaking the
Nice.
stereotype.
Too late.
Yeah. But no, there's always like so we went to a petting zoo or something. They have ponies there, like little Sebastian.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like I don't understand like other than the fact that it's a little girl riding on a little horse.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's the allure. There's got to be more to it than that. I don't understand what the hype is.
I don't know either. I was
And
never
they
a
don't
little
even
girl.
they don't even have like fucking saddles on the fucking horse or the pony.
Yeah.
It's just a pony and they're riding bareback.
Why are we three adult men who
Fucking
just laugh at the
carnies.
statement bareback?
It's a pretty big Ponzi scheme. Carnies are just taking your $3.
Dude, I was at the Green Bay Carnival,
Okay.
like I don't know, 2 weeks back or something. That shit is like actually like, I'm pretty sure carnies are just a different breed of people.
Oh, for sure. They're cloned. They're cloned from like from the beginning of time. Since carnivals were invented, there's a long lineage of inbreeding that happened
Of carnies.
of carnies.
Oh my god.
Yeah, well,
like-
some of them you sort of begin to wonder, and like, where do they come from?
And also,
Are they? I don't think they're from the city.
Is it the chicken and the egg scenario with carnies? We don't know.
They were. I think they were here before humans.
that's quite possible. Like they are the missing link.
Yeah, actually, them and horses had a long held
Yeah.
rivalry.
Well, how else are they going to drag their carnival shit around?
Yes,
You know? But yeah, I agree. And then you got this fucking
horses on a carousel.
semi lucid kid like pushing the button to make the Ferris wheel
Yes.
go.
I heard,
you're
a,
like-
I heard a semi-interesting concept today at an event, and this guy said, "You gotta think about how do mechanical engineers become what they became." He goes, "Think about cavemen, all the failed attempts to cross the river.
Yeah.
Where did they end up?"
And there was like one dude that's
The
like, "Yeah, I
bottom.
got this."
You're right.
Yeah.
So imagine how
It's like-
carnies slowly evolved their games. They never
Well,
really
they-
got intricate.
this
They're
is-
just simple.
It's an interesting thought.
So
but
hold
if
on,
you
I-
were the guy who, if all the other engineers have made shitty boats and gotten dragged downriver, if you're the guy who makes it to the other side, aren't you just kind of a loner?
Right.
Because
Yeah.
That's a lonely life.
Yeah.
everybody else is downriver.
So with that thought, saying that the current generation of carnies is the pinnacle of carnies.
Yeah.
Is that what
right?
we're
Like
saying?
they're the ones that cross the river.
They're the ones that made it.
Yeah,
That's scary.
they're
It's
making
like
hand over fist. I saw some.
hand over fist
Just
dollars
hustling.
this
Yes.
time.
Just
Oh my
hustling.
god.
just hustling with darts and
Are
balloons.
you fucking kidding me? Yeah, I saw
Those
carnies with
goddamn rings on the bottles.
stacks of fucking cash, like just fucking wads where they're like, all right, who's up next? Come and play the game. Fuck it, like, and they got a voice.
And you're like,
they have
Dad?
like a little call.
Dad, is that you? I've been missing you for so long.
I feel like
I
they're.
always felt like I was out of place in this world, but now I found my true calling.
And I'm not gonna lie, the atmosphere when you go to a carnival during the day is like, oh, this is kind of nice. This is kind of fun.
Yeah.
When night switches,
Yeah.
comes, there's a whole different.
There's a
fucking
sign that says,
atmosphere.
"All ye who enter
Yeah.
abandon
You got to
all."
sign a waiver and shit.
Oh my
There's
god,
like,
yeah. Like you should.
Yeah.
You actually might want to consider like having an emergency contact.
They're
if
like-
you don't hear by me by.
Yeah, so
fucking-
like right next to the waiver, there's like
9
a hepatitis shot and,
Yes. Yes.
and something for lupus or something.
On top of that, all those rides that they bring in are like mobile rides.
Yeah.
Like
And they're from the 70s. They're
Yeah,
not like
no,
they're not
they
like
might-
state of the art.
they were probably created back when.
They're using buggies.
Yes.
They got like horses pulling that shit around.
There's like oil spraying out of them as
Yeah.
like underage children are like flung around at.
Yeah, that's not
ridiculous-
oil. That's just old blood from children that were Eating up.
They mashed him up.
Just kids like getting flung into tilt-a-whirl.
Yeah,
Just getting
like,
rocked.
they're like, oh, Jimmy didn't come back. We're like, well, he's part of the ride now.
No, he is literally part of the ride. Yes,
Oh my god.
his bones are used to support it
Can you
now.
imagine just sitting there and just there's two dead ghost souls sitting next to the tilt-a-whirl?
Imagine getting on the ride and then like getting like strapped in and it's just like bones across your lap and you're like,
Oh, that's
oh,
interesting.
fuck.
Or you get off, and when you get off the ride and they take off the thing, the harness,
Yeah.
and you're walking out, and your lady friend or whoever's like, what's that on your shirt? And it's just like soaked in blood.
Dude, that's funny.
And you're like, oh,
We went to Bay
it's just
Beach.
ketchup. I eat hot dogs weird.
We
I
went-
eat hot dogs like I'm wearing a carnival ride
So
strap.
we went to Bay Beach and we sat in this ride that like it spins fast enough where your body gets sucked to the wall.
Right, and there's
Yeah.
no seatbelt,
But
right?
no- yes, but
yeah.
none of us could breathe. Like
Oh.
all of us couldn't breathe, and we were all like looking at each other, like waiting to see who's gonna start
Who's gonna
panicking.
pass out?
And like this girl got off the ride and hit the grass. Like
Oh,
she
she just
got off
face
just
plant-
just
just
hit
face
the
plant.
grass, dude. And she was like on all fours in tabletop, and there's all her friends are rubbing her back, and Dane's like rubbing his chest, and he's like, "I'm not gonna lie, man, I was really hard to breathe in there." Like we were all walking away. That's all carnies.
How old was the girl?
I'd say teens.
Oh, okay.
See, I feel like Bay Beach is a little bit of a different vibe because it's not quite carnival. It's like
It's more of a permanent.
yeah,
it's a permanent
I know
structure.
those are like probably like teenagers, but like where do the carnies
Where-
come from?
Where'd they go, actually?
Yeah, like where do they?
Maybe they go
they
to
l-
Bay Beach to like train, and then they go.
Do
with
they?
they
do
go
they-
to
they're
become
just sort of
carnies.
like they're like modern day gypsies. They roam from city to city, putting on county fairs, stealing your cash, and you're
and you're
abducting your children.
yeah
Yes.
using your children for oil.
Yeah,
Oh my god,
it's fucking fossil of you, Tim.
It's lit.
it's gas.
Fuck.
So, anyways, I don't know about the carnival. I haven't been to one in a while. What about the fair? You down with the fair?
That's pretty much the same thing.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's just
The fair's
on a
just
larger
bigger,
scale.
right? It's just bigger. Like,
and there's like probably horses and stuff.
and they got everything's fried. They got the fried.
I had a
they
funnel
got-
cake while I was
They got
there.
the funnel cake. They got the Oreo. They got the Snickers. They got the fucking who knows
Yeah,
fucking shoes and shit and fried shoe. You know.
a fried shoe.
Yikes. Well, I'm gonna bow out, boys. Carry on.
All right, dude.
Thanks
Later.
for joining, Chris.
Fried Crocs.
Fried Crocs,
Yeah.
fried horse.
Fried horse.
What is the best carnival food to have?
I like churros.
That's like a Mexican food though.
Yeah, but they still have them.
Okay, I had a funnel cake and I
Funnel
gotta-
cakes are pretty good.
What are those like almonds that they like sugar coat?
Sugar coated almonds. I should work in marketing.
Fucking got me.
Sold.
Yeah.
Well, there's like, have you ever had boiled peanuts?
Boiled peanuts?
Dude, it's a thing in the South.
Have you ever had boiled denim?
Like to, like, clean your pants. Is that what you're talking about?
It's from It's Always Sunny.
Oh, okay. No, the boiled peanuts are a thing. That's like a actual snack. And
Do you drink it like in the boiled water?
No, it's like in a bag, just like a bag of peanuts, but they're boiled.
Huh.
So they're soft, and you eat the shell, the whole nine. It's
No.
all yeah, it's all.
That's so much fiber.
I know.
I'd be crapping my pants
know.
almost immediately.
Yeah, it's pretty rough, but I've had those before. Those are not my favorite. I think-
Boiled peanuts.
Yeah, like when you think of the fair,
Well, I'm gonna write that one down and make
Yeah.
sure it's on my list of things not to eat.
Exactly.
Yes.
So like when you think of the fair, instantly everybody always. I think Bob Barker would say number one, or no, not Bob Barker. It's the Family Feud guy. What's his name? Anyways, he would say.
Steve Harvey.
Yeah, he would be like number one answer is funnel cake. I think.
Yeah.
I
You
think
can
number two
smell
would probably
'em.
be like hot dogs or something.
Yeah.
Pizza. I don't know, maybe hamburger, but like we went to Washington D.C.
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know why on a family trip I thought I have to when I go to Washington D.C. like I just had this image of people eating hot dogs on the sidewalk in Washington D.C. and that was like
Everywhere?
I don't know. It was just one of those. It was like I probably saw a movie as a kid, and that was the thing. And I was like, so first thing I did when I got to DC, it was like 10 a.m.
You just ate hot dogs.
I found a hot dog vendor and I got a hot dog, and I was like, all right, check that box. I've now accomplished one of my weird childhood things. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's strange.
I had some when I was in Chicago.
A hot dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, they make them with all that shit on them too,
They
right?
do.
Yeah.
They're really messy. And
Just
they're
seems like a
usually
lot.
just dripping in grease.
Yeah, you have to like unhinge your jaw just to get that fucking thing. Like, it,
like
yeah,
a fucking snake
yeah. It's,
to eat
yeah,
this
it's-
hot dog.
Eat a hot dog, and then there's like, I don't know. Like, I'm a pretty big fan of street food. I don't know if you like street food.
Sometimes
Like,
it depends.
like okay, what's your favorite?
Like
street
the tacos are good. Street
Taco- street
tacos are
tacos?
typically very good.
Typically,
Yeah.
yeah.
What else qualifies as street food?
There's hot dogs. Obviously, there's like those dudes that sell like churros and shit.
Okay.
Trying to think what else. Like some places, some dudes have like pizza. But
Oops, sorry. That
I
was
guess
the
is
half
that
hour.
it? We're done.
No, we're just gonna keep going.
Oh, okay. I don't really know. I don't go on the street very. I'm not walking on the street, and it's not like Green Bay has like a big
Yeah.
street food scene.
No, they definitely don't.
There is some pretty good food trucks. We went to a food truck thing in Nashville when we lived there, and fucking like 80 trucks or something, right?
Okay.
We showed up a little bit late. It was 1,000% humidity. It must have been like 4,000 degrees in the shade. Like there was no escaping it.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was horrible.
That actually sounds miserable.
And it was fucking miserable. But at the same time, you're like, well, we've made this venture down to the food truck,
Yeah. The food truck district.
the food truck extravaganza, or the rodeo as you call it, right? The
Yep.
food truck rodeo with horses, and we're like, let's get some whatever. Whatever line is longest is probably the best one. you
Yeah.
know? And there was this mac and cheese one that was like everybody's talking about it. It's like during the week this truck would sell out. It would pull up to a location and sell out within like an hour. Like
Damn.
just ridiculously good.
Why
So
don't
they were there.
bring
They-
more food.
Yeah, they were there, and we got in line. We stood in line for like 45 minutes. Got up to the front. And you couldn't you could walk up to the front and see the menu, but like it was always somebody standing in front of it. You couldn't really make out. So we finally got up there, and I'm like, everything was sold out except for like a small bowl of mac and cheese. And I'm like, it's 1,000
Which is a
degrees
side.
outside. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a side.
And it's
And
hot.
It's hot, and like, dude, mac and cheese does not. I don't even know why we got in that line. We should have been in the gelato line on repeat.
From the
on
start,
on
yes.
repeat. Like just like
Yes.
get up there, eat your food, turn around, get right back in line. Like, yeah, real bad. But like, so do you ever go to like Six Flags or anything like that, or like any? So
I've been there. I've been to Disney and shit before, but like,
I feel like every time I've been to one of those places, it's 1,000 degrees outside. Like,
yeah, and I'm also broke by the time I leave it.
yeah, oh for sure. Like you're.
And I've spent most of my time waiting in a single line for like
Yeah.
2 minutes of fun.
Right. And so, yeah, exactly. So you're like, okay, when you see a ride, you're like, that looks like it might be fun.
Yeah.
Never ridden it before.
Yep.
Do I want to invest? And there's like the Six Flags in Chicago, there's a sign that will tell you like from this
Your
point
wait
how
time.
how
Yeah.
long is your wait? Hour and a half to wait for a 45-second ride. Is that the kind of time you want to invest in this ride that you've never ridden before? Probably not. So you move on to the one that you know, or the one that you like, and now you've just come to the place.
Or a less popular one.
Right.
That
yeah.
sucks because no one's in line for
Exactly.
it. Yes.
Yeah. But last time we went, it was probably, it must have been 98 degrees with 100%
You
humidity.
should pick some different days to go.
I feel like the only reason these stories have that kind of temperature in it is because it's summertime and the kids are out of school.
Yeah.
But
See, I feel like if you built Six Flags in a southern state, you got all year. Come hang out all year. You build it in a northern state, and it's like you got 3 months, and 2 of them are gonna be.
although I think it would be pretty awesome to go to Six Flags when it's snowing and it's like negative 20 degrees. And nobody can fasten the seat.
Because their fingers are so fucking
the fingers
numb.
they're wearing gloves and like they're all wearing their down jackets, like
Yeah.
trying to, and nothing like closes. Good luck, Godspeed. Like,
The wind chill on the Raging Bull.
yeah, everybody
alone.
would like have to wear a ski mask to go on this ride.
I got frostbite on my nose when we're done riding this shit. Yeah,
Oh man, that'd be awesome.
it'd be pretty interesting. The water slide's painful.
Oh,
Yeah,
like yeah. So just think about that for a second. If a water park froze over, right? So the pool is frozen like an ice skating rink.
Yeah.
But the slide still has ice like in the slide.
Yep.
And you just like a fucking rocket.
Well, they say running water never freezes, right? So you'd be.
I'm saying they would put the water in the slide and want it to freeze. So it's like
Okay.
it's an ice slide.
It's an ice slide.
And then you just tear ass down this thing. But then when you get to the bottom, there's no reprieve. There is no brakes
Yeah.
because the pool is also ice. And like now you're just like a fucking meteor.
all the way across it. Yes.
All the way
Right into the lifeguard stand. Crotch first.
There's like all these people just strewn about, like all like.
You're almost participating in like a winter Olympic event at that point.
I feel like that's something to talk
It's
about.
like the bobsled or the kebab sled.
Now that you mention it, it's very much like a bobsled, and then maybe they go on. I've just like gone in a roundabout way
Yes.
of describing bobsleds.
Yes.
Boy, I really cracked the code on this one. I thought of a great sport.
Man, no one's thought of this one before.
Oh, well, tell you what, we'll take this slide, and we'll ice it up, and then we'll put a guy on a sled, and then
With
maybe
some skates on the bottom.
the skates on the bottom. Maybe it's like not. Maybe
And
it's
whoever
not just
gets
one
to the
guy.
bottom fastest wins.
Maybe it's like 2 or 3 guys
Yeah.
or 4 guys, like in one.
Yeah.
And whoever gets to the bottom wins, and countries can come from all over and compete.
If you had to make up an Olympic event,
Winter or
From
summer?
scratch.
Let's go.
you can have anyone, but
Whichever
you
one.
just get to pick one. One Olympic event.
I think I'd go with summer, and it'd be lawn darts.
The most dangerous of. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a pretty good one.
Or horseshoes.
I feel like Olympic events typically have like some sort of like medieval or like
Yeah, like the shot put, right? They're
Yeah.
like throwing cannonballs.
yes,
Like that.
it's essentially right. A
Yeah.
discus is like I'm just hurling
Frisbee.
a frisbee, like
Any
like
discus
fucking, like-
people that are listening, which is out of our demographic, I don't think we're
Yeah.
hitting that mark, but we don't mean to
Like,
degrade these sports
no
by any means, but
yeah,
also
I mean,
they're kind of
they're
dumb.
pretty low hanging
pretty
sports.
dumb.
Yeah.
Like a javelin, right? That's
Yeah,
like
that's like how far away can you kill the guy who's
you're
running away?
you're chucking
the
spears.
spy,
You're
yeah.
you're spear chucking.
Archery, again.
Yeah, once again.
Yeah.
Biathlons even for wintertime.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm gonna ski up this hill, and then
shoot
at the
some
top I'm gonna
targets.
shoot some shit, and then I'm
Yeah.
gonna ski back down the hill.
So maybe we need like an Olympic sport that's for the modern man.
Okay. Like going out to get the mail when the driveway's frozen over.
Yes. Perfect Olympic sport.
you're like, I know that there's
So
maybe
it's there's just a mailbox at the end.
yeah, and then
and
it's just a ice
the
skating
slope-
rink. Yeah, like 2-degree slope.
Well, the 2 degree is like beginner level.
Oh, I
That's
see.
like
That's the
as you train.
Sure,
And
it
you
gets
can
steeper and steeper.
You can have crampons at the start, so you can practice technique.
Sure.
But then, like, I mean, let's say like 20-degree slope.
Oh, uphill. It's uphill
So
to the,
it's downhill and uphill. So
Oh.
it's about getting down and then like
and you have to grab the mail and get back up.
at the end we just put a pool, right?
Oh.
So it's like if you slide off your driveway, you're essentially
That's it,
in
you're
the
out.
street. You're hit by a plow,
Yeah,
right?
you're done for.
And then so the mailbox is at the end. So you gotta make your way down, and then once you get the mail, you gotta make your way back up.
Yeah, I can dig it.
That's a
It's-
pretty good Olympic sport.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't do it,
The
but it sounds,
mail fetch,
get the mail, bitch.
and he's sliding back down the
Yes.
driveway.
Get the mail, bitch. Brought by the USPS.
Yes, brought to you by USPS. Fuck you. We put it in the worst possible spot.
Yeah, dude. I think. What about you? What do you think? I came up with the mail.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
I would say maybe like the lawn cut or something, where like you're given a lawnmower with hardly enough gasoline to make it last to the end.
So you won't make it. Like it's
Or
guaranteed.
no, how about this? Like the car build. You're given
Okay.
like all the pieces of the car,
But you have to build a car.
and you have to assemble it.
Hmm.
And like it's like a speed run, so there's like markers, like the engine's
Sure.
put together.
Oh,
The
yeah.
transmission and engine are connected.
Mhm.
Like the wheels are like attached, and then like all the pieces are there. That's a modern man's
Yeah.
sport, you know. Maybe it's like a team sport as well.
I think I want to up you on this one.
Okay.
I think that what we should do is get a bunch of dudes with like really tight pants, right? And they got
Where are
numbers
you
on
going
their
with
back.
this, Tim?
And there's like maybe 18 or 20 of them.
Okay.
they can't be over 5 foot tall.
Okay.
And
Where's this going? Do they produce chocolate in a chocolate factory?
no. And there'll be a circle track,
Okay.
and they'll ride horses around this track, and
You just described
they'll race.
modern horse racing.
They'll race around the track.
Again, a medieval sport.
Yeah, or there's the dog races too, where you got the dog chasing the bunny around the
It's a
track.
pretty good one.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I watched dog drag racing the other day. It was on TV.
Dog, right?
Yeah.
Do they like get the
They-
dogs
they
like
got-
running
yeah,
in
they
midair
get yeah
and
they
drop
they'll-
them?
yeah
And
they make them do a burnout, and then but there's like a rabbit that's on a string, and it gets pulled across the ground, and these dogs just chase after it, and it's so funny because some of those dogs are fucking fast, right? Like I don't know what the times, like if it's a good time or bad time,
Yeah.
whatever. I mean, that dog's hauling ass. I mean, I wouldn't be able to walk that far that fast. And then
Not unless you hit the turbo.
yeah, hit the turbo button. Even then, it probably wouldn't make it. So,
Yeah.
but there's some dogs. I don't know what these people were thinking. Like a fucking bulldog, right? Short little stubby legs. This dog.
How far behind was it?
Oh, he did like hated life. Like he like laid down in the middle. Like he didn't even finish. I'm like, that's my spirit dog. If there's ever a spirit dog, it's the bulldog that's like halfway through a race and just says "fuck this" and lays
Yeah.
down, and he's like
Yeah.
fucking done. And I was just like, man, all those other dogs, they're just probably like, man, that bulldog, he's such a lazy piece of shit. But he's got to figure it out. Because at the end of the day, he still got fed.
Yeah,
still-
who really wins?
Yeah.
The guy in
Like-
first or the guy who enjoyed not
Fucking-
racing?
Yeah, he enjoyed not racing, laid down, and still got his
Ah,
treats.
shit.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's dog racing is fucking weird.
It's a pretty fun one.
Dog racing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that being like an interesting sport.
Yeah. I mean, as far as Olympics go, I think like maybe like for modern day stuff, let's see here. Like grocery, like I know they have grocery games or whatever right now.
Yeah.
Something similar to that might be kind of cool because that's like maybe a grocery run, like the whole thing. Like not just in the supermarket, but like you leave the house like and you're like in a race car.
Yeah.
You're in a race car to get there.
You're in
And
a Kia Sorento.
Yeah, you're in a fucking stolen Kia Sorento. And the cops are really chasing you. Like, it's legit. Like,
Yeah,
they're-
yeah. When
they-
you get to the parking lot, you got to wheel bar it.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah,
wheelbar that
so it
shit. The
doesn't
cops
get
are the
stolen.
cops are coming in hot.
You
You
got
gotta
to
go. You gotta get inside. You gotta go find the tomato paste and the tomato sauce.
Your cart has like one wheel that's like
That's
chattering,
chattering and like stuck, and it's got a flat spot.
and it just curves to the right all the
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
There's nobody at the deli counter.
No, you pull the number, nothing happens.
Yes. So you're like optimizing it. You're like trying to time out. You see him. He's like washing his hands and back, and you're like, "Fuck, I can get
If I get the
to
number,
produce
and then get back,
and then get back by the time he
Right.
calls me."
right.
Yeah, but then nobody's standing in front of the counter, so he doesn't call it, and you're like, "Oh."
And you come back, and the next person's pulled their number, and
Yes,
he's calling their
and
number.
now you got to
and you're
wait
like-
behind him.
But
That'd be a good sport.
yeah, it sounds like a great time.
A good
Very,
sport.
very
So if
aggravating.
you like put two people next to each other, then you have competition.
Right,
Yeah, true competition.
the guy from Kenya wins every time,
Y-
100%, because they're just faster at everything they do.
yeah, yeah.
Like we would have no chance.
Live fast,
Die hard,
die hard.
die fast. Live fast, die fast.
Live hard.
And
die
what is it?
fast.
YOLO. YOLO is a 2008 term or something like that, right?
Yeah, that's a good one.
YOLO.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but all right, Tim.
Are we done now?
Yeah, I think that's a wrap.